Marcellus Sports Shooting Stars will bring the game to you. And here it is. Once again, it's coming down to the end as Central York comes to York High. The Battle of the Bearcats. I got Mr. Bearcat on, Coach Stoner. Thanks for jumping on here today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, Coach. You come in winning 5 in a row. This is kind of the game that everybody seems to wait for at the end of the season. The schedule gods always seem to get it right where the two are going for the division title. Coach, how pumped up is the squad here for this Friday?
Well, obviously, we're excited. When I first got hired at York High, and the same thing when I got hired at Spring Grove, I told the first meeting I had with the kids were two things. I said, I want to help you get into college, and I want you to play in meaningful football games. And you can't get anything more meaningful than this one, right? So I've been on both sides of this game. I was at Central for 16 years playing against York High, and now going to my 10th, being in my 10th year here at York High. So it's always been a fun game. It's always been a competitive game. Right now Central's got it rolling. They have tremendous talent. They have good coaches, and they have a great support role around them with their school district and their fans. So it's going to be a fun night down at the Meadow.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to watch it myself. Now, your offense comes in averaging 43 points, Coach. Talk a little bit about what the key to that success has been this season.
Well, it's just a matter of, we have a lot of playmakers, lots of kids that can do things with the ball in their hands. And I think Nigel's playing the best football of his career right now at quarterback. And, Shavane is, we put him in the backfield. We put him at receiver. We move him around where we need to put him. And Bones had a great week last week, getting back from some injuries. And, Johnny Vellon is a playmaker. And then out of nowhere, Jayshon Maddie has emerged as a Division I prospect now with his offer to Syracuse and getting ready to visit Vanderbilt. So just an incredible thing for kids of York County, right? And I know, I have, what is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 kids from Central's program in my CAP program. So we know, it doesn't surprise me. I've watched these guys work out since last November, December, the whole way through the summer, and been on trips with them and helped with some recruiting stuff. And again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Central's coaching staff or Central. They do a tremendous job with their kids as well. And we just, our CAP program is just an added piece. But again, to watch their kids work out with our kids, to watch the friendship, the mutual respect, pushing each other for the ultimate goal. And I think people forget about this. The ultimate goal is to get them into college, right? Obviously we all want to win on our way towards that. But they have tremendous kids, not just on the field, but off the field as well. So, so do we. So, this game should be celebrated by both communities, and let the real talk happen on the field.
Well, that's well said there, Coach. And I know going back to that Dallastown game that we did, it was pretty tight. And I actually thought a key moment was when Jason punted that ball. It was plenty of loft in it, and then I forget the player that got down there and got the recovery.
Yep. And I think that is, again, the key to having a young football team. You have to have some of the football gods, acting your way. We really haven't, we have not blown anybody. I mean, yes, we scored 91 points against Northeastern, but we have been in every game. It's been a up and down football game. Have had to play 4 quarters. Dallastown was tremendous. Spring Grove was tremendous. Southwestern was tremendous. And we know that we have a huge challenge on Friday night. I mean, they have 27 seniors. I play 4 seniors. I have a total of 8 seniors on our roster, and 3 of them are out with injuries and really have never played on a varsity field. And then we have 4. We have Nige, Shavane, Bones, Trevor Lee, and Alfonso Jones that are the guys that get some chances to play for us. And I should a kid named Ben Phillips came out this year and is helping us out on special teams and doing a great job for us. But we just are going to continue to do what we do, right? And we're going to celebrate, and we're not going to diminish anything that we've accomplished this year, and not just this year, or just our program. Just like Central celebrates what they've been able to do over the last 8 years or so. We made the playoffs and played in this game against Central 8 of the last 10 years for a championship, right? So and we know a ton of the kids, right? Heck, the Johnson boys are tremendous talent. Dougie, Dew's son, they all grew up in the city, and so our kids know them, and they're excited to play against them. I'm sure their kids are excited to play against our kids. And again, tremendous talent. And for us, it just comes down to, weathering the storm, continue to play, worry about the next play, all those football, one-liners that you would always hear. So, but they're all true.
Well, you mentioned the quarterback, Najee Steele, and how he's kind of developed over the year. And I know in the Dallastown game, there was one play where he rolled out to the left. It might have been when you guys scored 3 times in a row with the flags.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He threw, it looked like a D1 pass. That's all I could see. So I know he got his first D3 offer, I believe, Eastern University.
He got Eastern University, and there's going to be more to come for Najee. And I know this near and dear, in being a quarterback's father, it is the toughest thing to do. With the transfer portal and the craziness of college football. I think there's 9 FBS college coaches that got fired mid-year this year. It's a record of that. So people want to win instantly, and when people want to win instantly, it always comes down to the quarterback. So they have to be right on quarterbacks, and in my opinion, a lot of times they don't get it right. Like Nace. I think that Nace probably could be a little bit higher than ODU. ODU is great, but it's just one of those things that Nace is a tremendous talent. His hands are 4 times bigger than they should be. He spins the heck out of the ball. He knows exactly where he's going with it. He's a tough kid, and Najee is going to get a chance to play college football. So
that's awesome.
And that's all the more that we can ask for any of our kids that are playing football right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, your defense also has been taking some steps up. Trevor Lee, Sanchez. You mentioned Bones. Of course, there's Terrace Jones as well. Talk a little bit about that D and that hunger to stop Central's attack this Friday.
Well, it's going to be a tough task. Like you said, we're averaging 43 points, but the team that's ahead of us is Central at 45 points, right? And they played a tremendous team on Friday night, and I thought they played pretty well against them on Friday night. So it's going to be a real challenge. You have the transfer in from Eastern, the speedy wide receiver, Murray. You have Brendan Smith. You have Colin Gurley, and you have Dew Jones, the son, out there. And let's not forget to mention Josh Barr. And then, that's right, you have a 6 foot, 200-pound running back in Legend Johnson. Right. I don't know. I think it's a challenge, right? It's going to be a tremendous challenge for our kids, but I think our kids are, ready for that challenge. I think our kids are going to play hard in this game, and I think our kids are going to learn a tremendous amount about who they are and what they want to be as we continue to grow as a football program.
Well, I know it seems like momentum, even in college, pros, but in the high school level, momentum seems so key. Talk about getting off to that fast start. Is that something you guys concentrate on, or is it just the discipline that you've talked about before?
It's just, I think you got it. High school football, just like any football, it's a long, long game, right? So you just have to, Central's the team that likes to try to get off quickly. In my opinion, they they want to get that 35 points, get the clock rolling. I'd love to say that's what I want to do, but ultimately, I think that each night brings a different piece, a different style of play. And it depends on, what our 15, 16-year-old kids are deciding to do that night, and if they got great sleep, they got great nutrition and great hydration, and they're focused and they're not fighting with a girlfriend or not struggling in a class or whatever it might be, and they're totally focused, I think you see a different kid. If you have some things that are working on the kids' minds, sometimes it takes a minute or two to get them ready to go. And this will be the biggest crowd our kids have played in front of, so that will be a big deal. And the pressures of our kids playing in York City from the community sometimes is not the greatest. And I challenge our community to be better at that. And I just think that again, you need to celebrate the fact that we're sitting here at 6-2 again, playing a tough, challenging schedule up front, and then missed a game because of a stupid bye, which really sets you back a little bit. And here we are sitting here ready to try to win a division championship again. I don't know where else people want us to be, but here. I know last year being 2-7 or 2-6 going into this game was not where we wanted to be. But you know what? No one said anything then. Today, there's people that are still bashing me, bashing our program. That I don't know what I'm doing, that our kids aren't, being coached, whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, we must be doing something right, being back here 8 of the last 10 years.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely true, Coach. You've seen it in the classroom too. We talked about your kids' scores and everything you're doing just for York County football and some of those athletes, helping them get to that collegiate level. So hats off to you, Coach. I know there's been a couple classic York High Central games. I could think back to the one with Sam, your son, at quarterback, coming down to the last play. And you guys are the last one to beat them, right? In 2018, Central.
We are the last ones to beat them, and it's funny because here's a great story for you. So the last time Central played on 7th Avenue, Jeremiah Hunter was playing running back for York High. Okay, he was a freshman, and they were beating us. I think it was 20-0 at halftime, and we came back to beat them in overtime, 23-20. That might be the most classic game I've ever been involved in. It was the last game ever to be played at 7th Avenue. So for me to be able to have some relationships with his son Jeremiah is awesome. I actually coached his son or his brother Brian at Central when I was there as well. So there's lots of history that goes into this game. I'm just hoping to make it a little bit closer than it has been the last couple of years, and then we'll see how it goes. But again, I have nothing but respect for their team and their coaches and their community, and I'm looking for our kids to come out and battle.
Well, there it is. Come on out to the Meadows. York High versus Central. Central right now, number 1 in District 3. And York High, you guys keep creeping up to number 5 now, Coach.
Yeah, we're number 5. I'm not sure we can go any higher than 5, but that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. I think that we'll end up getting, win or lose, I think we'll end up getting Manheim Township or Wilson in the first round, and we'll have that bye like everybody else. So, it is what it is. And once you get into district play in South Central Pennsylvania in District 3 and you're playing 6A football, you're playing all the big boys.
Oh, yeah.
So you might as well just tie them up a little tighter, make that chin straight a little tighter, and let it fly.
Well, come on out. Get out there early. It's going to be a barn burner. I know all about those. If you can't, you can watch it on Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you. Oh, hold on. I just meant to hit the recording stop, but